Turn the camera.
No pivawuna. Pivawum matsime.
Nyake.
Halito.
Sio.
Gwina.
Jokma.
Kikadoos.
We're going in all kinds of order today.
Mm-hmm.
Pivawona. Did you already say
I
that?
already said that. It's my
Oh.
first thing I always say.
Nyake.
Nyake. Madawaka.
Halito.
Gunumante.
Gwina. Dang, I'm just on repeat, huh?
It's okay.
Good morning. Anyway.
Yate. Mike. Heinepe. Mike DeGevin. Good morning. Coming live from 1950 South Shepherd here in El Reno. My name is Barry Boat.
My name is Tatum Escott.
Good morning. Do you want to introduce yourself, producer?
Yes, I am Desiree. I am the admin assistant.
Thank you for being our producer today.
Mm-hmm.
And tell us a little bit about Sober Seams, Des.
Oh, we had a wonderful event last night. There was lots of going on, lots of belt making, lots of ribbon skirt making. It was all around fun, and I'm thinking of ways we can improve it, maybe by pre-cutting some fabric, but it was always good to see everyone and coming out to our event. And our next event is March 10th. So come finish your project you started last night.
Well, that's cool.
That is cool. I'm sad I missed it. Been at home with a sick baby, but I think one thing that's really cool about our program is that we get these ideas, or Darian has the most wild ideas out of all of us. So we get these ideas and then we bring them together and then we learn as we go. You know what I mean? We can, have a few events, we can come together, reevaluate, and see what's working for us and what doesn't, and instead of trying something and realizing, oh, this isn't gonna, well, maybe that wasn't good, or like we just look for change and growth and like to better these events for everybody. And so I think that that's really cool. And Sober Seams has grown incredibly since we first started and had us and the girls from Pathway show up to the first one, just like it was just a very few of us. And we always have all this food, and so it's pretty cool to have a full house in the back, and yeah.
It's like one of our most successful events because
Mhm.
at the end or even the beginning, they're always like, when's your next event? When's your next event? So we always got to have that lined up the day of.
Yeah,
Yes.
because they're already looking forward to the next one.
Mhm.
And then I was telling Rachel, because she was like, girl, I never made a skirt before. I was like, fake it till you make it. And then towards the end, I was checking on her and she almost had her skirt done.
What?
Yeah.
That's
It was
awesome.
her daughter's skirt and she did a really good job.
That's what it's about, getting outside your comfort zone and being creative. Because I don't have a creative bone in my body.
What?
Not at all.
That's a lie.
I don't believe so. Well, I mean, growing up around so many artists and people that are, gifted, I mean, I don't feel it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, even I can't say that I've never created something, but it's great to watch, the mother or the aunt or the grandma help the niece or the daughter or the grandchildren. So it's sometimes we forget that that's what it's about.
Mm-hmm.
It's about keeping this culture thing going and passing it down to the next the next one's up. So I appreciate. I didn't get to come. I wasn't here. Uh Cassandra's daughter Bentley had her senior night.
Mhm.
It was her last wrestling event here in El Reno, and she got a pin,
That's cool.
which was cool. The girl she wrestled was pretty dang big, but she flipped her on her back and pinned her. So
Wow.
Yeah.
that was pretty cool. Just it feels good to be able to support our native athletes. So
Mhm.
I felt like if it wasn't for that, I would have been here totally. But yeah, so I appreciate what you ladies. A lot of y'all stepped up pretty big. Did you ever imagine that you would be sewing and doing, like what you're doing?
No, that's why I told Rachel, like, fake it till you make it, girl, because that's what I had to do. Because I was just watching Melinda, and I was really watching how she taught her one class, and I was picking up on some of her stuff, like pre-cutting a little bit of fabric and drawing lines on it, so that way when they sew, they can practice before they actually sew on their fabric. So I kind of picked that up from Melinda, and yeah, I didn't think I would be teaching a class,
Kind of
but
made it your own, huh?
yeah. So I feel like it's only going to get better. We can think of stuff to do better for the next class. That way they can all just get right into sewing right after they pick
Mhm.
their fabric and ribbon.
That's cool.
That is crazy because we have been learning along the way, all of us, me,
Yes.
Des, and Theta, and even though maybe we all started as beginners whenever we started this thing, like we learned together. I learned something from Des, then I get to show Theta, or vice versa. But I can remember my grandma always sewing growing up, and she told me that my grandpa had his first job interview, and it was cheaper at the time to go buy the fabric from the store and sew him up a shirt than it was to go buy a shirt. So she made him like making clothes is hard, is difficult. You know what I mean? But so I always remember growing up seeing her and always like knowing that I wanted to create, but I don't think I really had the patience when I was younger to sit down and learn. So I would make these crafting projects like purses and things with fabric glue. And I would take them around the neighborhood and try and sell them. So I guess you could say I've always been like the crafting, I enjoy painting. I just enjoy creating. Even though I'm not that great, you know what I mean? But it's peaceful. It's peaceful to just sit down and paint or
Yeah.
sew, or um I just enjoy spending my time that way.
And yeah, I mean, I had a grandma that she loved to bead.
Mhm.
Like she would turn on her powwow music. She had a big old magnifying glass, and she would sit there for hours on end. And it's like, like it would be crunch time. Maybe she had an order or something.
Mhm.
Or most of the time I think she did it for fun, but like it seemed like it would be time for to deliver that whatever it is she was making, and she would just like zone out. And it'd be like, oh, don't mess with grandma, like she's beating.
Mhm.
Like if she had to mess with you and you got her out of her element, she'd just be like, like
You better
leave
have
me
food,
alone,
water, nothing. You're
Yeah.
out.
But yeah, it's cool. I think and I think natives just have that creative gene, like I think I believe it's in our DNA.
Mhm.
We were survivors, and we made a lot of everything out of nothing. So it's cool.
Definitely.
I'm happy to see that the community gets to benefit from our little endeavors.
Mhm.
Now they're turning into big,
I know.
big events. How many people do you think were here?
I want to say at least like 50, maybe even 60.
Wow.
Before you know it, we're gonna have to go use the respect gym or somewhere else. You know
I
what I
know, a
mean? Just to
bigger,
Bigger place,
have more
more help.
space.
more
Yeah.
help.
We could use some more. If you know about sewing and want to come hang out with us,
Yeah.
please come out.
Well, that's cool.
Want to get into the comments before the message
Yes,
comes?
let's get into the comments.
We got Cameron Curtis, he said, "Thank you for your service and your support for our community and our families in need."
Aho, Buddha.
Absolutely.
Estella says, "Where can I order a eyeball shirt at?" Limited edition. Yeah, one of a kind.
Gotta earn it.
Here. Oh, I was
Yeah.
gonna say right here from our office.
JC Beasley says, "Good morning," and that she made her first concho belt last night at Sober Seams.
Oh, that's
Oh,
cool.
what?
She said she enjoyed it very much and she's very proud.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Good morning, Stacy Starr.
Good morning, Stace.
Native Supporting Natives says, "You're creating an example."
Mado,
I
Mado.
like that.
Pivalonat to Sherry Lene.
Pivuna.
JC Beasley says, "I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you." Elizabeth Brown says, "Good morning."
Good morning.
Good morning, Elizabeth.
Good morning to April Black Bear.
Hey, April Blackberry. I ain't heard that name in a long time.
Good morning to Talo Robbie.
Good morning, Robbie.
Good morning.
And good morning to David Deer.
Stongo David.
Nyakit Rossi Harjo. He says,
Nyakit.
"Sending blessings your way."
Ititu
Thank
Nakusech.
you.
Elizabeth Brown says, "Nako and Medicine for the People is my go-to music for crafting."
Oh, all right, all right.
Pivawonot family from Cassandra.
Pivuna.
Good morning, sister.
Misty Hickson says, "Good morning. I'm not creative at all, but wanted to learn and now beating." And
Hey, this
throwing
girl. Yeah, I was gonna say this girl.
chaos.
She beads like she's not creative. Okay.
And let's see. Lost my spot. Elizabeth Brown says, "That's a beautiful thing. Native supporting natives shares. That's what you're creating: platform, source, and support."
Ahoo.
Aunt Mealy says, "Good morning."
Good morning, brother.
Good
Bill
morning.
Dawn says, "Excited to hear what y'all have going on. Good morning."
Ahoo.
Morning.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in.
And one last comment. April Black Bear says, "I got stopped by ICE agents. I was so scared and they was iffy about my tribal identification."
But you made it. You made it. Yeah. Yeah, we're in trying times these days.
Yes.
That's why I like Benito. Yeah. Should we go ahead and jump into the
Yeah.
meditation?
Let's do it. Today is February 11th. It's Wednesday.
All day long?
All day.
I couldn't get the code going.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
it wouldn't go. I tried 10 matches on it.
dang it.
Need a lighter.
There's a lighter on my desk.
Oh, well, it's too late.
Stole it from Bob.
Let's get it going.
Okay. Oh God, like the thunderbird of old, I shall rise again out of the sea. I shall grab the instruments of the white man's success, his education, his skills, and with these new tools, I shall build my race into the proudest segment of your society. One thing, oh, that was Chief Dan George. One thing the Indian people do well is adapt. This is why we survive. We must learn to keep our culture, but also to learn the good things that other races have to offer. Education is the future weapon of Native people. We must learn the legal system, health, science, and engineering. Indian people have great contributions to make to the world. We need to educate ourselves so we can better protect the land and our children. Otherwise, we will lose the things and the land that we have. Great Spirit, make me teachable today.
Great Spirit, make me teachable today. Did you want to go first?
No, you go ahead.
Ladies first.
What?
Hey, I'm just kidding. Well, bud, thank you for reading that, Miss Escott. Kind of what comes to mind is my companion Natalie always speaks about the way that she teaches language today is, we got to use the tools that are available to us. And unfortunately, we don't have how it used to be, the things that we used to do, and the way that things are set up in the society of today. um all these things that were used to prevent us from being who we truly are, like now we can use these tools, these education, the way that like our language and our culture and everything was taken from us. Now we can use these tools to bring them back.
Mhm.
You know, and we, if we've learned anything, it's how to adapt. We have to adapt to today's world. We have to be, you know, we have to be more accountable as far as the way that we're going to lead the next generation coming up behind us. Like we, it was, when even as a kid for myself, it was education is probably the most important.
Mhm.
But today, we do have natives. I think of Natalie Youngbull, as being a doctor.
Mhm.
I think of my sister, Carrie Whitlow, as being Dr. Carrie, like that's she has her PhD, just got her doctorate. And it's an amazing thing, to see these young ladies achieve such a high prestigious thing in their life, like it definitely sets the tone that anything is possible. Like it was just a few years ago that here in El Reno, I want to say every native kid that graduated, like they made them all enroll into like college.
Really? Or at least have a plan to
Yeah,
get into
yeah,
it.
I think, but I mean, even if they didn't go, it's the fact that they all enrolled.
Mhm.
Like we have to be able to, and I think about back, like whenever my grandma, her name was Mary Blackwolf, back whenever, and she was half German, half Cheyenne. Her mother was a German immigrant,
Mhm.
and even her, like they came and picked her up when she was 5 or 6 years old, and it was the law that they all had to go to school. And I remember her, she told my mom that she wasn't sure if she was ever going to be able to come home again.
Mm.
She was 6 years old, her and her sister, like they're little bitty girls,
Mhm.
and they had to be, they took them to school, I believe in Colony. And that's where they spent like the next, you know 15, maybe not that long, maybe the next 12 years.
Mhm.
And like it kind of shaped who she became, but at the same time, like we seen what it done to our Indian people. So I think there was like a negative, like there was like a negative belief as to what they were doing to us.
Yeah.
But at the same time, now I think we've kind of embraced like education. We've embraced, like educating ourselves to realize, like what's happening to us, kind of like the generational trauma.
Mhm.
For us to learn more about it, we got to read back more about what happened. Like how did these things come about?
Right.
Why was it law to practice our own religion? Like why was, like the only way we're going to learn from these things is to, is through education, through books.
Mhm.
So I mean, I think it's very important. Like we're talking about, there were generational curses, but now I think we're starting to get into the generational healing.
Yeah.
Like we're becoming more aware of, I read in a book one time about the first Cheyenne alcoholic.
Really?
Yeah.
What book is that?
I'll do some more research, but I used to read a whole, my grandma had a whole big old shelf full of Cheyenne history.
Mhm.
So that's, I would just grab a book and take off reading it, and that's where I caught that. But like it was, he was the first Cheyenne alcoholic. He got drunk and shot and killed his brother-in-law.
Wow.
So he was an outcast. He couldn't camp with the big camp, and then whenever this other tribe came, that people that we used to fight, they were the first camp that they came across and killed like his whole family. So like just reading about things like that. The only way we're gonna overcome, like we can forgive, but we can't ever forget.
Right.
I mean, like I think it's in our DNA that mistrust. I still get a weird feeling, whenever I got to be in a room full of some people, you
Mhm.
know. But like I'm overcoming those feelings too.
Yeah.
Like that fear of like I always say, people used to be shooting at me, people used to be like trying to hurt me, and I wasn't scared of that, but I was scared to go to a parent teacher conference.
Really?
You- yeah, scared to death.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm gonna have to go talk to this lady, and she don't understand my life, or like I was already making excuses.
Mhm.
But like today, like when we talk about recovery, or kind of like the guy that I talked to the other day. I mean, I didn't mean to, but did you see how upset I got
Yeah.
about the guy who flew one of our tribal members to California
Mhm.
and wasn't trying to help her get home? Like, when it comes to something like that, and I feel like I got to stand up for our people,
Yeah.
like that fear completely goes away. Like I was pretty upset,
The
you
all
know.
I saw behind that was like passion, honestly,
Oh yeah.
like compassion, like care for our people, you know what I mean? Like sometimes you do have to use your voice, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I know, what we learn in the program and what we learn in recovery is that at night we got to slow down and take our
Yeah. Take
inventory.
our inventory.
What did I do today that I should
Yeah.
probably think about and maybe not do tomorrow? You know what I mean? Do I need to apologize? But
No, I
no,
don't feel like I had to
all
apologize
I
for
heard was passion behind that and
it.
standing up for what
Yeah.
you believe in. Sorry, I
Yeah.
didn't mean to cut you off.
No. That's fine, because like yeah, the way I was gonna put it was a little bit more ghetto than that. But like those are the things that I believe in today. And that's if that's what it takes, then I don't feel bad at all for sticking up for our people. So I feel like today, that's this reading, i I don't think that way, like but when it comes to my kids, man, I love it that I got my two youngest, man, they love to read.
Hmm.
Like they love to read. I mean, even if one of them's books is like a big comic book, but you know he keeps threatening to me because we got him volume 1, 2, and they didn't have 3 and 4, but they had 5. I was like, well, let's go ahead and get 5,
Hmm.
and we'll come back and get 2 and 3, 2, 3, and 4. And he's like, or 3 and 4. He's like threatening me. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and read number 5 since I don't have 3 and 4. And I'm like, boy, like, but like that's something that I was never able to do. Like think that, oh, thank you. My lunch is here. But I wasn't able to stay focused like that. So I think that's a change in the way that we're understanding the world.
Hmm.
So I'm just blabbing at this point. So I want to see what I got for lunch.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's the only thing on your mind now.
I know.
Gonna just tune out. No, I think this, like, what I'm thinking about is it goes back to kind of what we were talking about in the beginning, how we try something and then we see what doesn't work and then we adapt. You know what I mean? We are adaptable people. And also children are, what I've learned is that children are very adaptable. And, it's important to give kids security, emotional security and stability, but also teaching them how to be adaptable in a world that is going to be one of their coping skills in life. Um learning to roll with the punches is what I've been working on lately because I feel like the world is a scary place right now. um, yeah, at some point we did lose that victim mindset and instead started to embrace the pain and the intergenerational trauma and all of that and started looking for a solution and a way out of it, and I think
Mm-hmm.
that that's really cool because for a long time I can just remember people, using that, you know what I mean? Using that as an excuse to not work or not go to college or, and like if you want to do something, you're the only person standing in your way. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Um, being adaptable and figuring out the resources that you might need to achieve a goal requires speaking to somebody. And I think that people get scared by that. You know what I mean? Like, who wants to make a phone call to, you know, a college advisor, or who wants to even schedule your dentist appointment sometimes? You know what I mean? Like, for whatever reason, we have become so used to texting on our phones that phone calls cause us issues today.
Yeah.
Even though you're on the phone like every hour of the day basically with someone. But yeah, like the communication is what is going to like reach out to people, you know what I mean? There's people that are willing to sit and talk with you, also learning about history, also learning about, you know what I mean, language, culture, anything, any education, anything is knowledge that you can take in from another person. And so I think that I'm just grateful for that today. Before I got sober, I was unmedicated, and so my ADHD was terrible. And I never read a book. Like, I realized that. Like, my whole life, probably, I never read a book unless I had to for school. And so I make it a goal now to read one new book each month. And so I already got my book done for January, and then I'll find one. I've got one started on my phone, but these are just little goals that I set for myself to continue using my brain for good. You know what I mean? Exercising my
Mm-hmm.
brain, not just letting it go to mush, but by looking at my phone all day. Anyways.
That was good. That was good. And I wanted to hear the only educated person in the
For
whole
real.
room who recently got her degree. I mean, I just want to hear maybe if you have some words of encouragement for somebody who may be thinking about pursuing their education.
Mhm.
Yeah, reading this meditation, it made me think of there's a sign in the Canton ERC, and just to sum up the sign, it says your ancestors did not survive for you to do drugs.
Yeah.
Mm,
And
I
I
like
feel
that.
like that can go along with your education as well. They did not survive for you to not further your education, and I still like plan on furthering my education. And if you're scared, just do it. Um, yeah, just do it. And then going back to like the Super Bowl and Bad Bunny said, shout out to the people who had to leave their home country to follow their dreams.
Mm-hmm.
And on my For You page, I've seen like a couple of natives study abroad, and I feel like that is so cool because
Mm-hmm.
they're studying abroad, they're getting all this knowledge, and they're bringing it back to their
Their
people.
community. Yeah.
And that can go for kids just leaving the res. Like, if you're scared, get out of your comfort zone, and you will find so many opportunities, and it'll take you places you probably didn't even think. Or you might go into school thinking you want to do a certain degree and then switch it up later because you find out you want to do something else. And I think one person who has inspired me to do my education is my niece and nephew's mom. Her name is Kelly, and she's currently working on her PhD in
Mm.
technology.
Wow.
And she works with KU and Haskell. And I talked to her, like, I think it was last weekend, and she said there's a lot of CNA kids at Haskell. And I was like, there is, because I think
Yeah.
it's my niece's like class that are mainly at Haskell. But I love seeing all the CNA kids at Haskell and they're graduating. They're
Mm-hmm.
getting their associates, they're getting their bachelors, and you didn't see that. I didn't see that growing up,
Yeah.
but they're changing that stigma. They're making it normal for, those seniors that are finishing up their high school career. They're making it, I guess, cool, but it's the
Mm-hmm.
new norm to go to college and get your education. So
That's
take a
good.
risk and do it.
I love that.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's a good thing to say.
Yeah, it is because I could probably almost count on my hand who all went and got their degree from people my age,
Mhm.
because it was like almost like it took 20 years or something, but it was just these people getting real serious about their life,
Yeah.
and buckling down and doing whatever it takes. So thank you for your words,
Mhm.
Miss. I don't know what to call you, but do we have any comments?
Yes, we have a lot of comments. Let me go up and see. Okay. Dina Baca says, "Good morning from Albuquerque."
Good morning, Dina.
Good morning, Aaron Blackwolf.
Good morning, Numption.
Good morning.
Good morning, Leslie
Good
Botone.
morning, sis.
Nyakit to Charlene.
Good morning, sis.
Elizabeth Brown shares, "They were trying to erase our identity. We're using education to reclaim it."
Yes, to get it back.
I like that.
Rewrite our own history.
April Severs says, "My grandparents only spoke Kickapoo language, and how awesome they still knew the importance of education. They always made sure we was on that school bus, rain, sleet, snow, or shine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm grateful for them. I even went on to get a college degree for them and myself. Thank you from the Kickapoo County, McLeod, Oklahoma."
Gwina, Gwina, April.
Aunt Mealy shares, "Once I got sober, my conversation went back like I'm educated because my thoughts are different. My mind is coming back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not scared to talk to people. I have social anxiety real bad, but not now. I'm out in public where I work and get to make people smile.
That's
It
cool.
helps me not be sad, helps me make it through the day. I'm glad I looked on here to see Barry's greasy mug.
Thank you for sharing that, brother.
I'm glad I'm here with you."
I hope.
And Larita Anderson, she said something in her language, but I don't want to.
Go ahead. Just take a crack at it.
Okay, it's Esquali Ahehi
Mhm.
for the message and the support for all our relations.
Hey,
That's
thank you
how
for
you say it.
sharing that. Thank you for sharing that.
Bayale shares, "What is or are the white man's success? I think it should be grab the instruments of our elders' success."
Mm. Yes, yes. Thank you for sharing that.
Natalie Harjo says, "Ka eh." Hopefully I said that right. Dita Baca says, "I had to make peace with survival mode. Everything doesn't have to be a struggle. It can be a challenge or an opportunity to learn something."
Yes, it is.
Good morning, Julia Tartza.
Good morning, Julia. Hall.
Legend says, "Good morning, Tor. I'm 472 days well brighty today. Praise and glory to God." Brother Barry reminds me there's nothing stronger than gentleness. May your day rain with blessings.
Thank you, sis. Thank you for sharing that.
Charlene shares, "I got my Bachelor of Science at SWASU in 2007. The entire journey was such a personal challenge to show myself that I can do it too. And once you get it, nobody can take it away from you." Yep.
Wow.
Thank you for sharing that,
I like
sis.
that.
Perry Gold says, "Arapaho and Cherokee in C Res Reppin."
All right, all right. Thank you for coming on.
Oh, she was saying Canton. Like,
Can-
yeah.
Like that.
Can-
But that's all the
All
comments we
right.
have. I know
Well,
y'all got to get going too.
yeah, we have today we're having a meeting at 4400 Southwest 21st off of Meridian. There's a Ramada Inn,
Right.
and we'll be at the Tribal Resource Center in Oklahoma City from noon to 1. And so we're gonna go have a talking circle. We'll see you up there, legend. And if you're in our neck of the woods, man, just come and check us out. So yeah. And
Have a great day.
yeah, we just want to thank everybody that came to Sober Seams. Want to say congratulations to Bentley on her senior walk. For her last wrestling home tournament here in El Reno. She got a pin, and then
Oh, thank you to everyone that shared about your college experience, your degrees, and everything,
yes,
and to Des, because you're just showing people that it really is possible and it's doable if you want it. So, mhm.
well, that's all I really got.
All right.
Like, share, follow, tell your mammy about us, and we will see you tomorrow. I hope.